Hi everyone, this is Pastor Josh here for your midweek message. And today I wanted to talk about the lectionary. It comes from Mark chapter 7. And Jesus is in a disagreement with the Pharisees. The Pharisees have come over to Jesus and they've said, hey, your disciples, they're not doing what they're supposed to. They're eating with dirty hands. They're eating with dirty plates and cups. That's against Leviticus. It's against the Levitical code. You can't do that, Jesus. And Jesus promptly tells them, mind your own business. Because he's saying to these Pharisees that the rules that you've set up are rules that humans have made. They're not the divine law. And the divine law is that what contaminates a person, what makes someone unclean, as they would use those days, comes from inside. That when you do something wrong, because the Bible has lots of rules, it's not about the actual act that you did that was wrong. So if you ate too much, or if you killed somebody, or if you committed adultery, or whatever, it doesn't matter, whatever that is. The sin is not the actual act, per se, is what Jesus is saying here in Mark 7. The sin is the thought that internally you decided to make that decision, that corrosion of spirit happened within, and then there was an outward manifestation. And so one of the things that we try to do, we try to teach people how to be spiritual, to cultivate this inward force. And so we do this with our kids, we do this with adults, we do this all over. Just like my son, I want him to care for people and be considerate of others. And one way I do that is with a physical outward action of, I get him to open the door for people when we go into restaurants or to buildings, and he holds the door open. Now, he doesn't understand yet why he's doing that. He just knows Dad wants him to open the door for people. But he's starting to see people's reaction, and he learns that inward discipline of how to care and be concerned with people. And this is one of the things that we do in church. This is why we have Bible study. This is why we do corporate prayer. This is why we do worship. In an effort to not just to have something to do on the outside, but to help us work on this inward discipline, that to change the inside, because when the inside is changed, it reflects outwardly. That when we are truly better people, we become better people. And so one of the things that I never thought about this is how important it is not to have people or get people to do the right thing, but to be the right people. That inwardly our change matters. And so what we can do to change that inside makes so much difference on the outside. And so I kind of want us to work on that this week. That this week, what would it be to change inwardly? To stop hate at the source, to stop anger at the source, to all this, depression, mistrust, greed, all these things that grip our lives, they come from inside and then reflect on the outside. How could we stop those on the inside? I hope that helps this week. God bless. Hope to see you on Sunday.